Welcome class. I am Mrs. Wolf and this is the Backrooms introduction lesson. This is the Backrooms tips introduced by Meg and collaborating officials. First, we must understand, what is the Backrooms? For those of you who don't know, the Backrooms is a subspace in reality accessed by a process called no-clipping. No-clipping refers to the process of phasing through solid matter. Once you enter the Backrooms, you cannot exit. After you enter the Backrooms, we call reality the front rooms. It was discovered in May 2019 when an anonymous user reached out with what we now know is level 0. The Backrooms is well known to be unpredictable and dangerous, whether it be by entities or the level itself. This lesson today will teach you how to handle it properly, or at least be prepared for it. Be aware that any level can have physical and psychological dangers. Mental strength is just as important as physical. We will give you tools to be able to traverse the Backrooms with a little extra ease. These tools will be a backpack, 4 bottles of almond water, 4 rations, a weapon, usually a sword or a knife to start off, a first aid kit, goggles, gloves and a face mask, sunscreen, a flashlight, a notebook for notes, any writing utensil like a pencil or a pen, and extra clothes like a jacket. Be aware these items will only last a couple of days, so your first order of business will be to get to Meg Base Alpha on level 1. That will be on the next lesson. Just be aware, even though it is the Backrooms, there are rules that you must follow to ensure safety. Do not drink anything but almond water or Luccio milk to prevent poisoning or accidental consumption of liquid pain or corrosive liquids. Do not sleep on the floor of odd-numbered levels to prevent encounters with an entity called Pinhead. Do not enter levels too advanced for your grade. We will talk about what levels are safe for your grade in the next section. Do not touch glitchy or fading areas to avoid no-clipping into the void level, which is impossible to exit. Do not approach paintings or windows, as they could be an entity called window entities or painting entities. It is also important to remember that first years need to have a second, third, or fourth year with them. Second years must have a first, third, or a fourth year with them. Third years must have a first, second, or fourth year with them, and fourth years must have a first, second, third year, or your designated exploration team. If you are unsure of which year you are, talk to me or one of the other teachers. If you are in the Backrooms and unsure, you could talk to the base leaders at the respective base you are at. In the Backrooms, we have current issues that we need addressed. As before said, do not drink liquid from the floor or walls, as it can poison you. Do not sacrifice members to Jerry, as Jerry is an entity that makes you believe he is God. We have lost quite a few members to him, so just remember not to go near him. Do not antagonize entities. We have gotten reports that many members have started jeering at entities, and many have gotten killed by those entities. If you see an entity, get away from it or kill it if you have no other option. This shouldn't even be talked about, but run on level ! Also known as run for your life. This should be obvious due to the massive horde of entities, but it is clear that some members have not listened to this advice and have fallen to the level. Do not walk into the darkness unless you have to, as the darkness is where a lot of entities reside. And lastly, do not go off alone. As said, stay with a group or your designated peer. Now there are different danger classes. It is best if you familiarize yourself with them. Though it is safe to say that the survival difficulty class system is not enforced, but it is preferred you are aware of most of them regardless. Now to understand what the system means, it is best you know that it is broken down into 3 main sections: safety, security, and entity count. For safety, it is how safe the level is. The only general classifications will either be safe or unsafe, but be aware that a safe rating does not signify any dangers are not within the level. If a level is marked as unsafe, it is usually very difficult to travel or live in. Unsafe labels can be marked that way due to reasons such as entity count, poor environmental conditions, or hostile groups. Security describes how well mapped the level is and how easy it is to traverse things like environment, terrain, weather, temperature, and bases. Entity count should be self-explanatory. This means how many entities can be found in the level. Just because the level has a high entity count does not mean that it is unsafe and can be under something called the level 11 effect. The level 11 effect is an effect that causes all entities in a level 11 or in similar levels to be non-hostile. Under the entity classifications, usually friendly entities aren't counted. There are 6 classifications for entity count. They are 0, devoid of entities, which means no hostile entities exist in this level. 1, minimal entity count, which means there are a small number of entities in this level. 2, low entity count, which means entities have a notable presence within the level while not extremely dangerous or a lot of them. 3, medium entity count, which means there's a significant amount of hostile entities, which means encounters are fairly common. Entity infestation, which are incomprehensible large population of hostile entities. 5. And lastly, undocumented entities, which means entities that are not previously documented or an unknown amount of entities. Next are the classes, which following number system of 0 to 5. It usually goes like this. 0. Safe, secure, devoid of entities. 1. Safe, secure, minimal entity count. 2. Unsafe, secure, low entity count. 3. Unsafe, unsecure, low entity count. 4. Unsafe, unsecure, medium entity count. 5. Unsafe, unsecure, entity infestation. Additionally, if a number has an E beside it, it means the level itself will attempt to end you instead of an entity. If a level has insufficient information, it is classified as undetermined. There are also certain zones. The only zones you will be allowed in are habitable. The zones are habitable. It is completely safe to live in with a low chance of danger existing within said level. Dead zone means that it is in question and unfit for human life. This can also be due to environment, anomalous glitches, or anomalous effects. It is also usually difficult or unable to be escaped. Pending. Just like undetermined, it is under investigation for classification. NA. A level unexplorable by normal means or one that no longer exists. Amended. This is given to articles that have been noticeably altered by extraordinary means. For this reason, it is rarely given. Omega. It is assigned to a level set of being classified for containing sensitive information like amended. This is very rare, and it is our mission to not hide information from the public, but this classification is for levels that are considered cognito hazards. As said before, these are simply guidelines and not set rules for level classifications. But be aware, for certain classifications will be separated into different teachers. Class 1 and 2 is with Miss Tempest. Class 3 is with me, Miss Wolf. Class 4 is with Mr. Shadow. Class 5 is restricted. That will be all for today. We will go over the first 3 levels of the Backrooms next session. I hope you enjoyed your experience.